Is a corporate job the only way that a single person can get by in the UK now? So, I'm looking for a new job. I'm in my mid-30s and I've worked middling corporate jobs ever since graduating, but I hate it tbh increasingly so. Over the last 5-ish years I've found it having a significant detrimental impact on my mental health. I've burned out a lot and tbh I just hate sitting in front of a computer all day, all the BS that comes with the corporate world and the exhaustion that comes with having to put on this facade for 8-9 hours a day, 5 days a week. I'd like to do something completely different. Something that is way less stressful, more active, more hands-on, more outdoors, where I can feel and see the impact of my work. I saw an ad the other day for an outdoor warden ranger type thing and I thought it looked great. I would love to do something like that, but the pay was an absolute pittance. I simply don't see how I could get by on a wage from a job like that. How do others do it? Do they do it? I'm single, live alone and am barely able to save much at all even on my current, decent-ish middle-of-the-road corporate wages. I have no idea how I would survive on like £10, £15 per hour. It seems to be becoming increasingly hard to thrive as a single person in the UK. Everything is geared towards households with double incomes or exceptionally high incomes. Unless I want to be basically living in poverty, is my only option to sacrifice my sanity and mental health in the corporate world? I work in countryside management earning about £24,000 per. It's a low-stress job. I work in a beautiful area, and, until a recent promotion, I spent very little time in an office or even indoors. Now I spend maybe a day a week on admin at a computer. If you can find a way to subsist on such a low income, I highly recommend it. There are also cost benefits to working outdoors such as not needing a gym membership, free firewood. But yeah, if you work somewhere beautiful, you may not be able to afford to live there unless you have a partner or a sizable deposit for a house. My impression is if you build up experience and a good reputation as a tradesperson, you can make decent money. The top end for plumbers is definitely more than I'm currently on. I'm guessing if you built up a gardening business that you owned, you might also be able to make decent money, but you'd need time, wouldn't start out high earning, and might need a little marketing savvy. My partner and I moved to the Scottish Highlands to become gardeners, housekeepers for an estate here. These jobs tend to be accommodation and bills included with wages on top. The wages themselves are around 25k each, but we have a cottage in the woods that we would never have been able to buy or rent working any other jobs. Highly recommend looking at this type or role with what you are describing. Judging by how hard it is to get a quote for a heat pump from someone competent and how much they seem to be charging for labor, there's decent money to be made if you can combine solid plumbing skills with GCSE-level physics understanding and the ability to communicate with customers. Guessing it's not particularly low stress though, especially if you're expected to run a business and do all the work as a one-man band. I'm always envious seeing someone working outside in summer, but then I remember they have to do the same shite during middle of winter. Pandemic also made me realize that corporate life is shite too, but at least I could WFH a lot. If I'm not busy I can just watch TV or go on the internet and chill rather than being on a building site or something. Basically what I'm saying is that the grass is always greener. Nope, plenty of well-paid trades out there. Plumber, electrician, joiner, etc. Other less-known tradespeople are making good money at the moment. Specialist plasterboarders, boarders, not plasterers, caulkers, etc. Corporate jobs have salaries which vary from 20k to 200k. What even is corporate jobs? Why do you think the park ranger isn't stressed out? You'll probably be happier if you find yourself some hobbies that get you out and about at the weekends. Get into construction. If you're willing to learn and have a decent brain, then it won't be long before you can make good money. It's hands-on, you get the satisfaction of seeing a completed job and you can drop that gym membership. Source: me. Roofer earning £100,000 a year. You can't live a middle-class life without a middle-class income. The people who choose low-income careers either have someone bankrolling other aspects of their life or they live without luxuries. Anecdotally, I work a middling corporate job. It's not so high intensity. I work flexi hours, wear leggings and a baggy t-shirt most days and no facade. While I can't offer you outdoor work, I reckon I have a really stressful day once a quarter, nice perks and good colleagues. Nice corporate jobs are out there too. I'm a builder. I made £76,000 last year. Get a trade, it's active, new places and people regularly, you can actually see what you've achieved at the end of the job, the money can be very very good. And to be honest, it's quite a simple job, as long as you work hard, get yourself organized and aren't thick as shit, pretty much anyone can do it. Would you be willing to do manual labor roles? HGV driver? Gig economy, Amazon deliveries, Uber. I'm a corporate drone who should really be a midwife, but I can't take a 50 pay cut to work more hours. It seems to be becoming increasingly hard to thrive as a single person in the UK. Everything is geared towards households with double incomes or exceptionally high incomes. That depends. It's definitely easier for couples to get on the housing ladder, but once they have kids and requirement for more space, the costs increase a lot. It sounds like we are in a similar situation. Since graduating, I've slowly started to find working in the corporate world, finance in my case, training. The corporate world seems to be one of the few areas that provides at least a decent salary in London. I think the only realistic way is to pursue FIRE, i.e. start saving aggressively, which would enable you to find lower paying jobs or retire earlier in the future. Having a plan is key though. I work in the corporate world, banking, and have noticed the same issue about pay elsewhere. Energy is the industry I'm targeting as one that lets you see your impact better but still has decent pay. What I would say is though, sometimes you make your own misery. Corporate life really isn't bad and you have the financial freedom to do what you want outside of it. There's plenty of not demanding jobs. Some days I can just decide not to do much work and work on my book instead or whatever. Sometimes the problem is inside rather than outside, but good luck either way. By corporate job, do you really mean office job? I mean, I work for a decent-sized corporation but not in an office job. I am an engineering technician and get paid around £52,000 per. This is enough to get by for a single person in most of the UK. People who work outside also wish they had a chill job like yours in front of a PC. The truth is the system is shit and burns out everyone because everyone has to spend way too much time doing the same thing over and over just to survive. The only way out for me was frugality. After each 1-2 years of work, I take 1 Y off. You only live once, so fuck that. I'm not giving that much of my life to jobs, even if that means I gotta live on beans, salads and fruits, mind you. Frugality made me healthier too. If you can freelance or go self-employed and get enough clients. If you're a self-employed cleaner or gardener, you might be able to charge £15, £30 an hour depending where you live and how good you are. If you're a self-employed locksmith, then you might be able to charge £150 for 30 minutes. But it's hopeless either way if you don't have enough clients. Start it in your spare time, then when you're earning enough to make the switch or you have a big enough prospective client base, do it. You can be a professional at something. Medical, engineering, architectural, financial. You can be a consultant doing something businesses don't have in-house talent for. Hands-on stuff? Maybe there are some hazardous jobs that pay well. Oil rigs used to pay really well, but heck if I know what they pay now. I get pretty good money working for a small 20 employers IT company. It's got some drawbacks, but it's not at all corporate. We've still got to sit at a computer every day, but there's no expectation we've got to work 8 hours. We get our tasks done and we're done for the day week, even if it only took 30 minutes. Flip side is that sometimes I work more than my hours when shit's going down.